because I was mad at Shane too. Okay, at first I was like, Ilya, fuck you, you know, get your bisexual ass out of here. You're fucking and sucking everybody. Okay, it's unacceptable. You know, not W hunger, L hunger. That's what I was saying in the first 2 episodes. I was like, my little autistic gay bottom Shane is getting destroyed. You're destroying his soul here. Okay, talk about heated rivalry already. Okay, some of you guys have serious neuroses. Okay, which I understand. Yes, end of the broadcast last night, and you know what I did? I dove immediately into heated rivalry. Okay. I dove immediately into heated rivalry, and let me tell you, okay, I'm so glad I did, because the first two episodes I watched of heated rivalry, well, they were all right, but they were like maybe a little heavy-handed on the gay sex and not necessarily too much on the plot side of things. Like, it wasn't as compelling for me, but I totally understand why they did that. And the reason why I understand why they did that is because they just basically tee you up for like, you know, all the action that comes up afterwards. Like they basically are like, listen, if you have not like watched uninterrupted gay porn, like you're going to see a lot of dudes having sex with one another and you need to get used to it. Like they were like, get used to it. It's like a homophobe filter. It's a filter. The first 2 episodes are basically a filter for people who have not encountered like a lot of you know, dudes having hot sex with one another action of that sort. So they basically hit that real quick, and then afterwards it's just fucking awesome. And the reason why I say that is because no, I didn't watch it with my dad. The reason why I say that is because the 3rd episode locked me in. Okay, that love story was so beautiful, and it made me so happy, and I loved it. 3rd episode, probably one of my favorite episodes. And then the 4th episode basically destroyed my soul. Like the I don't want to like spoil too much, you know what I mean? But like the 3rd episode made me so happy. It was so cute. And then the 4th episode was when I was so sad. Okay. I watched it. I finished it, by the way. Wait for episode 5. You're going to love it. No, I watched it. And then obviously the apex of the show was incredible. I had tears, a little bit of tears. Like I didn't cry fully, but you know, I almost crowed. Okay. I almost crowed. I will say that. Almost crowed on the moment when it happens. Okay. Now, couple thoughts about my feelings in general. Okay, my feelings about the show in general. Number 1, it is pretty fucking nutty, all things considered, like how intensely difficult it was, and still is to a certain degree, but nowhere near the same degree it was to just be like a gay dude in like the early 2010s. Okay, like that's not that long ago. Okay, that's just not even that long ago. And when you think about it, and it's like, yeah, if you were at 2011, if you're like a gay dude playing hockey in 2011, you're fucked. It's just like you're not able to come out and be who you are. Like back then, certainly. And it's something that I think, even though I personally experienced that change and have obviously, you know, been engaged in advocacy so that change happens. Like I quite literally was one. My first experience in Los Angeles was like watching the first like legal gay marriage post national recognition, right? Like that's one of the first things I ever did when I stepped foot in Los Angeles. My uncle actually officiated a lesbian wedding outside of the LA courthouse. That was like one of my first experiences in LA. And like when I think about it, it's like it is wild. It is wild that That wasn't that long ago. It wasn't that long ago when there was like still so much social stigma, and there still is a lot of social stigma. Anyway, it's just crazy. Please cosplay as Scott Hunter. You do look alike, and you're both 1,000 years old. Okay, calm down. Thank you for saying that, though. He's very hot. Yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got on that front. I take back what I said about Ilya. What a complex character he is. It was my mistake, okay? Because I was mad at Shane too, okay? At first, I was like, Ilya, fuck you, you know? Get your bisexual ass out of here. You're fucking and sucking everybody, okay? It's unacceptable. You know, not W hunger, L hunger. That's what I was saying in the first 2 episodes. I was like, my little autistic gay bottom Shane is getting destroyed. You're destroying his soul here, okay? And it turns out it's not biphobia, okay? Calm down. I'm not saying that he's not like actually bi or whatever. I'm just making a joke about W hunger, okay? W hunger for Ilya, but you know, he opened up later throughout the show, and I was wrong. You know, I'll let bygones be bygones. Also, I will say, I did see a little bit of myself in the gay autistic man, especially the way he carries himself through his normal, like not only his relationships, but just like his friendships in general. Like he is literally boring. He is so fucking boring. Shane Hollander is so goddamn boring and so mission focused that it kind of made me feel a little angry about who I am as well. You know, it's just sometimes it's okay not to be so autistic about, like, you know, the one thing that you're really good at. Okay. It's just he is incapable of having a normal conversation. He is incapable of having a normal conversation with another human being. He's incapable of opening up to another human being. Like, get him talking about hockey and he'll just keep going for hours, right? But anything outside of like this rigid, like even dude, there were moments where he's talking to his family and they're like, you can have something except for a ginger ale, okay? And when he was like, no, I can't have even one sip of alcohol, I was like, that's me. I can't believe that I'm watching a half Japanese, half white Canadian gay version of myself on screen that plays hockey instead of being deeply invested in politics. Okay, it was fucked up. Like, Korean? No, I thought he was in the show. He's Japanese. I don't know. In the real world, he might be Korean. But my point is, you know, I gotta let loose a little bit. Okay, I gotta let loose a little bit. And the show was great. It was a fantastic show. It was a fantastic show, except for the fact that no disrespect if you guys are, you know, if any of like the extras or any of the side characters are in here, but like, god damn, bro, with the exception of the two main characters, all the other side characters are just, it's so bad. The acting is so bad. The writing is good. The story is good. The story is compelling. But oh my fucking Lord, dude, all of the other extras, all the other side characters, it's CW. It's CW. Like, I'm sorry. It was so CW. I feel bad. But it was so goddamn CW. It blew my mind. It's a Canadian production. Relax. It literally, it's okay. You can say the writing is bad. Like, I think the story is good. The writing is cheesy because it's like, I think it's like low-key supposed to be smut. Like for old ladies in Canada or something. But then but it's like the wheels that it's on is like a compelling story, if that makes sense. But, you know, it was great. It was a compelling and very enjoyable show. I enjoyed it quite a bit in spite of the things that I was talking about. But yeah, what the fuck? Rose and Svetlana 8. Okay, Rose and Svetlana were fine. They were good. But the other, I'm just saying, a lot of the side characters were overacting, if that makes sense. And I don't know if it's because of the dialogue or I don't know if it was ever directed to do so, but like there were points where I was like, come on, dude, you could do better than this. But you just don't understand art. They had like 2 weeks to film it. Okay, everybody stop riding or dying for the show. I really, really liked it. Okay, I really liked it. I totally get why people are, going crazy over it. I get it. It's a great show. It's a great show. W Canada. Respect to Canada. Canada on top. How was the cottage, bro? Beautiful. The cottage was so beautiful and it made me confused because I literally had to look up hockey, like top hockey player salaries, because I was like, this motherfucker lives in the nicest homes I've ever seen. Is this like a Friends style situation where like a bunch of unemployed or underemployed people get to live in this like New York penthouse? Is it a TV show thing? Or is it like actually just, top hockey players are balling like that? And I'm still not so certain because like they make like 14 mil a year, which is a shit ton of money, obviously. But like, I mean, he had so many nice like apartments and the cottage and all this shit. I mean, I guess he has like sponsorships and Rolexes and stuff. I just didn't know. I did not know that top hockey players bald like that. Like I did not know they have hella bread. That was new for me.